Welcome to On The Bit. I'm Dave from Dream Thoroughbreds, and with me is Lenny from Bluegrass Bloodstock. How are you, Lenny?
Good, Dave.
It's good, mate. Two big Group 1s this weekend at Caulfield, and real good lead-up races for the major races in October in the future. So we'll get straight into it, mate. The first Group 1 is the $500,000 Rupert Clarke Stakes over 1,400 metres. A handicap race. And who do you like in the Rupert Clarke, mate?
Dave, I was really taken by Voodoo Lad's win at Meeting Valley.
Yep.
Amazing. He's finishing, love to have seen his sectionals, it was incredible. I thought in this race, I thought he'd follow Charm Harmony over from the gate and probably just sit there and get a nice trail. 54 kilos, won the Regal Roller at Caulfield really impressively, and 460 on offer at the moment. I think this is horse on the up. Obviously trained by Darren Weir that's flying, so yeah, he's a horse for me.
The rail's back in the true position from the 9 metres out last week, so expect the inside section of the track to be the best place to be on Saturday. And I doubt you want to go outside that. And they've scratched under the Louvre, who was going to get back and probably come out in that section, which is probably one of the reasons why they scratch it, because I think they agree that you want to be sort of within the first 9 metres of that track. Good speed in this race should give every horse a chance. Expect them to be strung out with, as you say, Charmed Harmony and the Jungle Edge as well in the race. So it should give all the back markers good opportunity to get cover early on. 2 main chances, I thought, drawn perfectly. In behind the leading bunch, about 3 or 4 pairs back, Counter Attack. I just thought he just looks a horse with the right profile to win this. He's already a Group 3 winner. He's placed a Group 1. He's trained by Chris Waller. He's a 4-year-old coming off a good weight, drawn well. Craig Williams takes the ride and just looks a class horse in this field with all the ticks for mine. I thought the 370, I thought that was on the bit, and I thought it was very, very hard to beat. I thought the danger was Bon Oram, locally trained. He's another 4-year-old that gets into this race with only 52 kilos. He's a Group 3 winner. I think the 1,400 metres is his best distance. He's drawn well. He should be there to pounce at the 200. Craig Williams did jump off him to ride counter attack, but he did look the main danger to me. I definitely think they're the Quinella horses. And I throw in Tavachi for third. He's also going to get a good run. Another 4-year-old. His form lines up through counter attack, and the Moroni stable's flying at the moment. They're just going really through a purple patch. I thought he was a trifecta horse. Box them all up. I thought it was a good collect in a race that I really like.
Yep.
Second Group 1 is the $500,000 Underwood Stakes over 1,800. And who are you on in the Underwood, mate?
Well, Dave, I laid Blackheart Bart last start.
Yep.
And question mark over him running a mile.
Yep.
I thought he ran out good. Like, Palantino's a pretty good horse, and Palantino, I was reading the paper today, Palantino doesn't run, like he wins it by 2.
Yeah.
That was my question mark over him. At weight for age, he's been the horse so far that has put his hand up, and I really think that he'll run out the 1,800 good, and I really can't see anything beating him. But at $2.70, I wouldn't be taking anything less than that. I think he's a horse to beat, but under that, yeah, I wouldn't be taking anything less.
You didn't think the cleaner might stretch him out and really put the pressure on him to get down at the 1,800?
100% he will, and the horse has run good races in WA.
Yeah.
Hasn't won, but obviously change of trainers, and Weir's obviously got the hill at the sand dunes at Warrnambool, and he's turned horses around, and this horse is running like a horse that finishing off his races, and I just thought his last run he travelled up like he was just going to really explode, and Palantino was too good, but nothing else, and they're similar sort of horses for mine that are running behind him, so I thought 200 metres extra, I think he wins.
He's got a great record at Caulfield.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty hard to knock Awesome Rock in this race. He won well last start, a strong race against similar opposition. The cleaner was in that race. The stable thought he was a run short before that race. So he can only be improved off the run. He's drawn perfectly to get a cosy run midfield in behind the speed, so he's unlikely to do any work until approaching the turn. He ran second in the Australian Cup last year, and he actually lost it on protest. So he's definitely got Group 1 capabilities. The track's rated a Group 3 and he needs it hard. He's a bit of a duffer in the wet, so as long as it stays dry. Obviously Blackheart Bud I thought was one of the dangers. He's got an excellent record at Caulfield. It'll be in the right position, but I just thought with the cleaner in this race, to make sure you have to run out a strong 1800 to win out. I just thought it might throw up a few chinks. And Lucia Valentino is also a horse that's shown her best form on rain affected tracks, so I'm prepared to risk her as well. So I just thought the $8 Awesome Rock, I thought it was over the odds. I thought he was a great each way on the bid special for mine. Stable news, Lenny. You've had winner yesterday with Mossendale.
Yeah, no, it was great. So yeah, good.
He's had a good prep.
Great prep. He's won 4 races this prep, so he's going out for a break now. His brother arrived today from New Zealand, so hopefully he can take over. But he's got big shoes to fill. But yeah, no, exciting.
We had Mr. Sneaky run second at Geelong last week, beaten by a horse I thought might be quite good, a horse called Mr. Dashing, a Moshe horse, but he's very game in defeat. He pulled up very well and likely to see him in another 2 weeks time, so I think he'll be improved off that run and still got a bit left to go in the spring. And we've got 4 horses trialling next week, mate. We've got the Denman Colt that we picked up from Magic Millions in January, earlier this year. Yeah, very exciting. Kieran's got a nice opinion of this horse. He keeps stepping up for the 2-year-old. Sometimes they can train off, but this guy's kept going. And one of the first 2-year-old trials are at Caulfield next Tuesday, so he's in those. And on Wednesday we've got the unraced 3-year-old fillies Valuda and Cornelia trialling, along with Time the Girl at Mornington. So there's a bit happening next week. So hopefully have a lot more runners on the track in October. Yep. Best on breeding, Lenny. Who you got best on breeding this week, mate?
Best on breeding is your brother's horse.
Yep.
Jason, he's Legless Verve.
Good name for a horse, this.
Yeah, great name and great colours too. She's a lovely bred filly. She was a $150,000 purchase from the Premier Sale in New Zealand. From the classic Waikato stud cross of pins over O'Reilly, so cross has worked well already with the full sister Tootsie being a Group 3 winner, so and she was also a Group 1 place, so I expect this filly to go well. And good luck to Jace.
Value bets, I've got Caulfield Race 6 number 1 Sacred Elixir. This horse is 3rd favourite for the Caulfield Guineas next month. He's on a 2-run prep leading into the Caulfield Guineas and he's still in the Cox Plate nom, so he obviously is highly rated by his trainer. He's drawn well, although he's likely to get back beyond midfield in the race on Saturday. But this horse has fantastic closing speed. Damien Lane takes the ride. I want to back him in the Guineas as well. I think he's going to be a big chance in the Guineas. He's also $31 in the Cox Plate. I think it's a horse like a 3-year-old at a low weights with sort of the only chance of beating Winks in the Cox Plate. Because I don't think many of the older horses can. So he's $7 on the weekend. I just thought he was great value, so I thought he was an on the bit value bet. On the bit special, Lenny.
Going to Moonee Valley, Dave.
Friday night.
Friday night.
First Friday night meeting for the year.
It is. I like Snowden's horse, My Country, in race 6. I thought she ran really well first up at Flemington. Just peaked on her run.
Yep.
I think she's a really progressive sort of filly, and I think from where she's going to be in the run, I think she'll prove too strong. So she's about 420 on offer. So that's my on a bit special.
Get you off to a good weekend, Friday night winner. I'm going to Rose Hill on Saturday, race 7, number 1, First Seal. She's an outstanding mare, this horse. Trialled up well for this, having a strong hit out over 1200 about 3 weeks ago. She resumes in a Group 2 race for mares only, and she gives most of her dangers only 1 kilo. I just thought she's got an excellent first up record. She's raced against the best in her career, up against the likes of Winks a lot of the time. This looks a beautiful race for her to resume in. I just think she'll be mighty hard to beat. She actually opened 320, eased a little bit to 340. I just thought she was a special. So I want to be on her on Saturday. Off the bit, Lenny, you're a little bit off the mark.
Yeah, I was off the mark last week.
Gilly Bowman's not a good guy to lay, but he got it home. But anyway, what are you up for this week, mate?
He did. Only just, but he got there.
It was a good ride, though.
Yeah, it was a good ride. So he probably should have backed it. But anyway, off the bit for me is race 4, Caulfield Pay Up Pro. I just saw it come up real short at the 270 for a horse that hasn't won past 1400. Steps up to the 2000. His 2 wins this time in have been impressive, but you got to go 1400 to 2000, and you're taking $2.70 about a horse that's stepping up to black type sort of class. I thought it was a big risk, so happy to lay him off the bit.
I'm off the bit with Caulfield race 6, number 9, Evacuation. Go Waterhouse has sent this colt over to Melbourne early. He's had 2 wins from 2 starts. His last start was in a field of 5 on a heavy track at Rose Hill. He's at Caulfield on a good track this time. Big jump up in class. He's drawn out in 15 as well. It looked like a colt that actually might be looking for a bit further than the 1400 metres now. So he's opened up favourite for this race. I thought he was a very big risk. So I'm pretty happy to risk him at the shorter quote. So he's off the bit for mine. So yeah, great weekend of racing. Footy finals are on and everything. So big weekend of sports in Melbourne. Good luck. We'll catch you next week.
Cheers, guys.